Hello everyone, this is Nathan Bryan, and this is update number 40. That's 40. Big one, folks. And today I have finished the skeleton. Da 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 da. So, to give you a quick glimmer of all that it is, I have to the stretchy spine, I have the individual spines following the joints, which means that they do not stretch as intended. This means that when I'm animating, I can check to make sure that his neck isn't too long and bring it back if necessary. It also means that I can move things around very freely. There won't be any weird warping going on. All of the bones will be capable of interacting with the skin. Right now you can see them coming through the skin here. When it's finished, you'll actually see these bones pushing the skin, so that when he is moving his shoulder around, you're going to be actually able to see the skin moving around it. So I built in two clavicles, one for the set of arms and one for the wing arms. As they function the same, I figured it was necessary to give them similar bone structures. However, since he's carrying most of his weight on his forelimbs, I decided to make the scapulas for his arms slightly larger than those for his wings. I also included bones for the hands, although these are not going to be aren't going to be very useful in the actual rigging process. It's nice to actually see them in there, and it'll look nice for the demo reel itself. To demo these, I've added a couple of extra controls to the wings. These I knew I had to do later on after working on everything else first, because I wanted to make sure I was getting them correct. Now that I have skin and bones in there, I can make sure that everything is going to be working properly, and that is what I in fact have done. And now with the bones in there, you can actually see how the body is going to be moving. Not all of these bones will be used to control the skin. The hands and some of the smaller bones are only going to be used for my demo reel and actually getting to look around the character, getting the muscles to look nice on the bones. So you can actually get an idea as to what it is going to look like in the end. Again, I can stretch it out in all sorts of different ways. The joints of the spine are following the joints next to it, so that you end up with it actually rotating around instead of unusual orientations. The bones for the forelimbs rotate around each other, the ulna, and everything pretty much works exactly the way it's supposed to. A couple of slight modifications for the sake of the character would be things like the jaw, which has an extreme underbite to it. This I found necessary for fitting everything in that mouth. I could have built the jaw lower, but found that this was probably the easiest way to get it to look proper. For the spine, it's duplicated and then resized all at once with a lattice. giving an undulating feeling where it's largest, where the body carries its most weight. And then I extruded out the ribs as well as the pelvis girdle. I included extra detail to the pelvis girdle that, while in most cases you probably wouldn't see this, I found it necessary just for the sake of, looks for the final model. Again, these bones may or may not be a part of the final version of the animation. It is important for the deformations of the character itself. So that's my big update for today. That's update 40. Thank you for keeping in touch. Thank you for leaving comments. It's been a great experience, and I will be moving on to muscles next. So if you're interested in finding out how to get the muscles to work on Fancy Duru here, keep watching. Have a great afternoon and happy rigging!